So tell us about your journey. Take us through what you went through and what Dana-Farber meant to you.
So in 2012, I was diagnosed with advanced lung cancer, stage 3B. And I wasn't going to Dana-Farber at that time. I was going to another institution. And the treatment plan was to start on radiation and chemotherapy. And basically, those two options weren't working for me. And the team there wasn't working. So as you saw in the previous video, I contacted my primary care and said, listen, I need some people who are going to really be part of my team. So he said, you had a second opinion with Dr. Lathan. Can I set up another appointment? He did. I went. Dr. Lathan saw me. I explained to him, what I was struggling with from the other institution. He said, well, I promise you, Mr. Nelson, that we're going to use all the tools in the toolbox. And so that's what they've done. When I went to Dana-Farber, it was about 2 years that I went from one chemotherapy treatment to another. We weren't getting the results that we were looking for. And as Dr. Lathan had indicated in the previous video, that I had gone into another clinical trial. And that clinical trial, it had the most horrible side effects for me. I lost my equilibrium and couldn't really have stability for 6 months. Had to kind of learn how to walk and balance myself again. But then immunotherapy came along. And the trial that I was in, the drug has been approved since then, Keytruda. And here I am. I was in that trial for 2 years. And then after 2 years, I told my team, my research team, that I was coming off of the treatment, which they didn't want to hear that. But here I am, 6 years later, and God is good.
That is incredible. My grandfather was diagnosed and unfortunately passed from lung cancer in 2011. But you remind me of him. You are such a ray of sunshine, and you're so happy and so joyful. You went through the worst of it in those years that you were with Dana-Farber, but it seems like that team that you had around you supported you, lifted you up. For someone who's going through that right now, what would you like to say?
Well, the first thing that I would say is that, we're celebrating 20 years of this telethon. 20 years ago, when they told you that you had cancer, to me, it was like a death sentence. But look how things have advanced over the last 20 years. So Dana-Farber, that's all they do. They don't do broken, legs or arms or. If you have cancer, that's the place you want to go, and they're going to treat you with dignity and respect, and they're going to listen to you, and they're going to make you part of the team. They're not going to push anything on you, and any decisions that are made about your treatment, it's going to be a joint decision. It's going to be, you have the final say over that. And they are there to support you. They are there to, not only you, to support your family as well. So it's a wonderful place. To me, there's not a better place to be. And that's why I do these telethons, because they've given me so much, and I wanted to just give a little bit back.
I've done 19 of these now. We didn't do the first one. It was radio only. We've done every one since. And so in 20 years, what we have seen is exactly what Barry's saying, right? Diseases, cancers that were fatal are now chronic, are now being treated. Immunotherapy is a completely new field that we've seen, never even heard of it when this started 19 years ago, and now we talk about it all the time. Now being able to isolate specific genes that they can then go after. We were with Jerry Remy, who fought through 6 different diagnoses over the years, beating it each time before ultimately succumbing. But that entire battle, the fact that he had all those years, was because of targeted treatments and experimental treatments. And so for you to be here and to be smiling and talking about how well your journey went, I think gives a lot of people hope. I really do. And you've gotten involved. You're volunteering there. You've gotten to meet some of the top doctors there. You have 2 grown daughters that you get to spend a lot of time with now. Tell us now that you're not there for treatment, but you're still going there to help, what this place means to you.
Well, I do go every 6 months for a checkup.
Yep.
Just to make sure everything is still operating the way it's supposed to. But yes, anytime that Dana-Farber reaches out to me and asks me, would I be willing to support them for a telethon or to talk to patients?
They don't have to finish the sentence.
I just say yes. I always say yes because, it's transformed my life. And not only my life, my family and other people who know me. And so it's helped to give them hope, So the joy is being spread everywhere.
Oh.
I love that. So here's what I like to do every time. I'm going to have our great photographer, Tags, is going to be zooming in on you. Already is on you. Going to have you look right in that camera. and tell us now and tell everybody at home what Dana-Farber and the Jimmy Fund has meant to you and why they should pick up the phone and make a gift.
Well, this morning, I just arrived back late from Atlanta, spending a weekend with my sister and my other relatives that came all across the country to celebrate my sister's 60th birthday. My great nieces, my children, they travel from all over the country. That was a wonderful experience. But you know what? If I hadn't had faith and gone to Dana-Farber, I wouldn't be here sharing with you. So I don't know what your situation is, but I know these people, and they are there to care for you. And they will listen to you. And they will not only listen to you, but they'll listen to your family. So if you're facing cancer, my recommendation is don't think about it twice. Just pick up the phone, go on the website, and make an appointment, and go in and see somebody, because they can't promise you anything, but they'll do the best they can to make sure you have the best quality of life and treatment that they can possibly that's out there and available today.
Great
Thank
stuff,
you so
Barry.
much.
Can't say it any better than that. Thank you for dropping by. There's a misprint
pleasure.
here. How old are you?
69.
No. That's a misprint.
It must be like
No way.
33 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, 39 maybe. All right.
Oh, you're kind.
You got the
You're so
shades.
kind.
You're-
Look at sharp. Barry, thank you for sharing your
Thank
story.
you so much.
We appreciate it.
All right.
We will take a break.